Hey people, it's the Five Nights at Freddy's story here, and today I have another Five Nights theory that has a lot of evidence. We're going to prove that Sister Location takes place after the first game and not the fourth. So, without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so let's be honest. The Five Nights timeline itself is really stretching. Like, it's stacked up everything of what place we put it in. But, however, there are a lot, and I mean a lot of evidence to prove that Sister Location is after the first game. And here are the few reasons why. Let's start by going to the survival logbook. So, in the survival logbook, you see the name of this title is called Night 1, A Thrilling New Chapter, and you see Foxy holding a thing that says screw bolts and hairpins. Very similar to Sister Location of what Hand Unit said. On night 1, he said, "Welcome to your first day of your exciting new career. Whenever you approach at a job fair, red hour hand in screw bolts or hairpins." That's pretty much of what he said of getting into the night. And we see a chair there, which very similar to a house. But this page alone does not support the fact that Sister Location isn't indeed after the fourth game. No, there's more to the survival logbook. Let's go back to that. More proof we have is the title that says Night 2, Another Chance to Shine, where Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is holding a flashlight, and you see the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 office. Same thing happens to Night 3. It's called Now You're Getting Into This. And look at this page. I know it's blurry, but it really says, the words say, what am I doing with my life? What will my friends say? And most importantly, will I ever see my family again? And on Night 4, it says, what are you still doing here? This is definitely mirroring towards after Night 3, Funtime Foxy jump scares you, and you go inside the spring lock suit on Night 4, and Baby says that they didn't notice of why he never left the building last night. That's why the survival logbook, this is what the survival logbook was talking about. And underneath, Night 5 is titled, Congratulations with Foxy with confetti in the FNAF 3 office and that clock chime to 6 a.m. And next to this page, it says, welcome back to your last day on the job. That is the last day of your first week. Okay, so that is reason number 1 of why I believe that Sister Location is after the first game. Now let's get on to the second reason. Says he knew exactly what he is looking at. The endoskeletons of the original Freddy's animatronics, welded and melted together, immobile and featureless, and still inhabited by the spirits who have been murdered, of the children who have been murdered inside of them so many years ago. Key word, many years ago. Still filled with life and motion and thought, all trapped all in terrible pain. See, this is what this book was trying to tell us. So there. And, well, that is reason number 2, or part of it. The next reason, the Follow Me Five Nights at Freddy's 3 minigame. Let's go to that. So, in this cutscene, the Follow Me minigame of Five Nights at Freddy's 3, you see William Afton. Yes, that placeholder right there is William Afton, not Michael. You see him dismantling the animatronics. When Five Nights at Freddy's 3 first came out, we thought that this was just a random cutscene of William Afton dismantling the animatronics for fun, but we didn't get a reason for it why. But, as I mentioned in reason number 2, we do get a reason. He wants to melt their endoskeletons for their parts to make the Funtime animatronics, as shown by this page. So there you have it. The Funtimes were created from the original 5. From their remnants were fused together. And the Ennard animatronic, you know, the one we faced off in the sister location private room, well, his teaser said this. His teaser literally says, there's a little bit of me in every body. That's the next key. This is also another reason of why sister location is after the first game and not the 4th. More evidence is the Candy Cadet from Pizzeria Simulator. Now, I didn't get to Candy Cadet's story, but I did hear on YouTube that Candy Cadet's stories were about 5 things becoming one thing. He tells the story of how 5 kids were sewn together to fit into one coffin. 5 kittens were sacrifices sewn together to fit into one shoebox, and 5 keys that the woman needs to do to melt them together to unlock all doors. Now, this is referring to the Ennard animatronic, where all the sister location animatronics form together to create the larger whole. Words from Matt Pat, not mine. Also, and furthermore, Ennard had multiple spirits inside of him. And in Pizzeria Simulator, Ennard becomes Molten Freddy after Circus Baby got ejected from Ennard. And so, yeah. And the final proof that sister location takes place after the first game and not the 4th is Hand Unit's voice line when you first crawl through the vent on night 1. Let's go into that.
Allow me to fill this somewhat frightening silence with some light-hearted banter. Due to the massive success, and even more so the unfortunate closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, it was clear that the stage was set, no pun intended, for another contender in children's entertainment. Unlike most entertainment venues, our robotic entertainers are rented out for private parties during the day, and it's your job to get the robots back in proper working order before the following morning.
You hear that? Unfortunate closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and this is not a coincidence because Scott never does that. More proof that of sister location being after Five Nights at Freddy's 1 If Sister Location was after FNAF 4, Michael would be too young to work there. Even if he was the Foxy Mask brother, he would still be too young to work there. Hey guys, and welcome back. This is the Five Nights at Freddy's story here, and welcome back to another FNAF video. And in this video, we're going to be explaining about, you guessed it, the odor explanation and what does it mean. Now, people keep consuming that the odor means that Michael Afton is just walking like a dead corpse, but I kind of doubt that because I'm going to be explaining what the odor actually means on the paycheck, and I'm going to go into this video to answer that question. Let's get into it. Now, let's on to the obvious. So, we know that in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, an employee named Fritz Smith gets fired from odor. But that's not the case because he also got fired for tampering the animatronics. And if you don't believe me, well, let's go to the night 2 phone calls from the second game.
Hello? See, I told you your first night wouldn't be a problem. You're a natural. By now I'm sure you've noticed the older models sitting in the back room. Those are from the previous location, and we just use them for parts now. The idea at first was to repair them. They even started retrofitting them with some of the newer technology, but they were just so ugly, you know? And the smell.
Now you heard those words, that the phone guy mentions that the original characters were awful and the smell. So the reason why Fritz Smith got fired because he was tampering with the animatronics, and I think while tampering with the animatronics, including the old classic ones, maybe the odor and the stench rubbed off the animatronics and onto him. That explains the odor on the paycheck. Now, we're gonna move on to Five Nights at Freddy's 1, which we keep saying that we play as Michael in this game. Now, I'm gonna show you the phone call from the first night.
No, if I were forced to sing those same stupid songs for 20 years and I never got a bath, I'd probably be a bit irritable at night too.
So, yeah, phone guy tells us that the animatronics have been around for 20 years. That is proving that Freddy Fazbear's Pizza has opened in 1973. When he says 20 years, it's just really pretty much comes that. Also, when he says I'm never gonna take a bath, yeah, I think he is referring that the animatronics are still smelly. And maybe after night 7, maybe Michael just played around with the animatronics and the stench and the awful smell rubbed off the animatronics and onto him. This explains why he got fired for the odor. Now, you can call me out on this video all you want, but here's the thing. You keep on ignoring the fact that Michael got fired for tampering with the animatronics, but yet you still get the reason for the odor. Well, guys, you have to look into this game deeper before you make jump conclusions to this, because tampering with the animatronics is also very important to the story. Now, if you look at the game over screen, you can see that Michael's eyes, they are still blue. Like, they're still blue. But at the end of Sister Location, his eyes becomes purple. So, yeah. Well, you could say that, oh, this was back in the FNAF 1 day. Scott didn't plan Sister Location. Well, you could say that, but it couldn't get you out because you used the odor as evidence. So what do you have to say to that? What's up, everyone? This is the Five Nights at Freddy's story here, and I have gotten more evidence that Sister Location is indeed after the first game. Now, on night 1 in Sister Location, hand unit says autocorrect, and when I searched up when was the word autocorrect discovered, it wasn't discovered, it wasn't been used until October of 1993. I'll show you what I mean. I'm gonna show you of hand unit's voice lines on the first night.
It seems that you had some trouble with the keypad. I see what you were trying to type, and I will auto-correct it for you. One moment. Welcome, Eggs Benedict.
According to the Reddit user GBR Recharge, he listed out in these Faz facts, and the second one says this, quote, Fazbear's Twisted Pizza recipe was voted yummy by 6 out of 10 children in the Event Survivor from 1988 through 1993. Also, this is more evidence that Sister Location is after Five Nights at Freddy's 1 because hand unit also mentions the closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and the fact that we play as Michael Afton in Five Nights at Freddy's 1. And yeah, further proves my point that here is hand unit's voice lines confirming that theory.
Allow me to fill this somewhat frightening silence with some light-hearted banter. Due to the massive success, and even more so the unfortunate closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, it was clear that the stage was set, no pun intended, for another contender in children's entertainment.
Yeah, now do you see of why Sister Location is after the first game? And hand unit says autocorrect, and according to the research, the word autocorrect wasn't used until late 1993, and hand unit mentions the closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and according to the Faz facts that I show you on the Reddit user, it says that the third pizzeria was open from 1988 through 1993, and that would only, and hand unit says that mentions the closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and that would only work if the third pizzeria was closed. Anyways, I hope this proves my point of some other people theorize this, but I'm pretty sure that this is more than enough evidence to show that SL is after FNAF 1. If you didn't watch my first video of why Sister Location is after FNAF 1, you can go to my channel and watch that. The title was called Sister Location Takes Place After FNAF 1 and Here's Why. And my explanation on the odor, yeah, you can watch those and you can see what I'm talking about. Anyways, that's my video. This is me signing off. Good night, everyone.